This is John Lee from Ultimate Speaker Training Camp, and in this session we're going to talk about engaging the audience. Now, most speakers stand on stage and say to me, John, how do you get people to do high fives? How do you get them to respond? How do you get them to raise their hand? Well, it's very simple. When you're speaking to the audience, you need to speak to what we call the little voice. Every time you speak or make a statement on stage as a speaker, you need to try and figure out, well, what's the objection there? For example, if I stand on stage and I say, you know, you can buy houses with no money, straight away in their head they're thinking, well, is that even possible? You know, so what I want to do is, when I'm speaking on stage, I want to ask engaging questions. After every single statement that you use, you want to also ask a question. And when I talk about a question that is almost, it's like a rhetorical question. So I'll say, does that make sense to you? They'll say yes. Or if they don't respond, I do something called demanding a response. So I'll say something like, I can't hear you. And they'll say, what's the word again? They'll say, you know, making it sound something more simple as well. So if you're talking about coming from getting people to raise their hands, you would say to them, say, look, you need to give them a reason why they need to respond. So if I'm going to be speaking to people and they're not giving me the response I want them to give me, I'll say, look, as a speaker, my job is to try and give you as much content as possible. Now, if I'm teaching you a content and for whatever reason they don't respond to me, then as a speaker, I don't know if they've understood it or not. So therefore, I have to repeat it again. And do they want me to repeat it again? Yes or no? No. So our job as speakers is to get the information and teach it once, because for most of the time, you know, we only have a certain amount of time. In fact, that's another lesson I'll be talking about. How do speakers keep to timing when we're given 90 minutes to speak on stage? And so I hope you found this lesson useful, you know, because when you're getting the engagement from an audience, number one, ask a lot of questions. Number two, trying to overcome the objections of little voices. And number three, make sure when you're demanding a response or you want a response, you want to tell people why they've actually, why they're responding. Why do you need them to respond? So for me, one of the biggest reasons is you need to respond so I understand you understand what I'm teaching you, right? So it's John Lee from Ultimate Speaker Training Camp. I hope you found this useful. There'll be more videos to follow, and just drop me an email if you have any other questions that you want me to answer, and I'll create a video for you and we'll go through it from there. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.